What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel, Razimor Apter. I'm glad to see all of you back here again. First of all, I want to thank you for all your love and your support for my last week's video where I shared with you my coming out story to my family, to my friends. My goal with the video was to inspire you and to help others to accept themselves and proudly present themselves to the world, and I think my video did just that. And in this week's video, I'd like to share with you something similar, and it's how me being gay affected my personality and big life choices. But before I get into that, please subscribe to my channel and click the ring bell so you can get notified next time I post and so we can stay connected. So here I go. I have a personality trait of being a control freak. And like I talked about it in my other video, it's not like I like to control people and what others do, but I like to be in control of my life, what my life will look like, and generally my mental state. Something that I carry with myself from the past and I try to improve on in the future is controlling of what others think of me. And it's not in the sense of what others think of my look, of my face, because I'm very confident with how I look and how I present myself, but it's controlling what others think of my personality and the kind of person that I am. As a gay teenager, I always tried to make sure that people know that I'm straight. I would try to control their thought of me as being straight. I would always lie to them by saying that I like girls, that I made out with girls, that I slept with girls. I would tell my friends, oh, you see that girl? I just made out with her. Or I would actually make out with a girl right in front of them, just so in their heads I'm still straight, and if they had any doubts, the doubts are gone. To my family, I would tell that I don't have a girlfriend because I want to study and focus on my school, so a girlfriend would be too distracting in that sense. The more I grew and the less happy I became with lying, and the more comfortable I became with me being gay, I ended up coming out. But that urge to always control what people think of me, my personality, and to present myself in a certain way is something that still stayed with me till this day. Another thing that I try to control in people's minds is their thought of me in case I come out and they don't accept me. And let me explain. As a gay teenager, I always wanted to be an architect. I had a really good artistic side to me. I was good at math and physics, so I thought the architecture path would be the most natural for me. At the same time, growing up and realizing my homosexuality is not going away anytime soon, I thought I could study something even more prestigious. So at that time, I really liked politics. I always defended Israel against anti-Semitism, anti-Zionism. I wanted to understand why the international world works the way it does and why it hates Israel so much. So I decided to take that path. I studied international relations. I also did a master's in security and diplomacy. Subconsciously, now I understand that what led to that choice was me wanting to prove to the world that I can study something big and fancy, and that me being gay won't affect what I can achieve in the future. So proving myself to society and also to my parents and to my family was one reason behind it. And also the coming out process. I thought that whenever I would come out, if I study these fancy titles, then when I come out, the person would definitely accept me because I'm going to be this big thing. And if they don't, I will tell them, how dare you not accept me? I study this such fancy thing that is probably fancier than what you do for life, and you not accept me? Like, who are you to be straight and me gay as a bad thing? So that's something that always led my thought process. I remember always telling my grinder hookups when I would ask them, what do you do for life? So they would tell me they're doing, and I would always tell them, oh, I study international relations, because I would always want to show them that I'm doing something fancy. Because on Grindr, you always say your age, and I always said that I'm 21, 22. So many guys would not meet with me because of that, because they thought I'm this kid who doesn't know what he wants, I'm too young. But when I would start off with international relations, it would very often work, and I would end up meeting with them regardless of my age, because they saw that I'm doing something serious. So these two things of wanting to make sure that people think I'm straight, and also wanting to make sure that I can prove to society that I can work and be something big in the future, is something that affects my thought process till this day. And it's something I'm trying to work on, because there's oftentimes in social interactions, if I don't have something to impress the person with what I do, then oftentimes I don't know what to say or what to do. I don't have that freestyle conversation that many Israelis or my husband even have. I always praise him for that, how naturally he speaks with people and connects with people. And I connect with people on a really good level too, and I can become very open and share all my life. But to go to a deeper level of closeness, it takes me time, and it takes me time to realize that I don't have to impress anyone, and all I have to be is just to be myself. And it's something that I'm realizing with the YouTube channel and with everyone I interact with. Now, the reason why I'm sharing with you this story is because I want you to follow your heart as much as possible and think less of what others will think of your decisions, because at the end, when you're 80 or 90 years old, you're going to be left with yourself, and you're gonna do self-reflection, and you're gonna ask yourself if you followed your heart and you did what you actually wanted. Because now that I'm in Tel Aviv, and after I've made all these life decisions that brought me here, I'm very happy with them, and I'm happy with where I am. But now that I'm most connected to myself and I realize that what I studied is not what I actually want to work in, I realize that for a long time I've been shutting down the artistic side of me and the part of me that if not for me being gay, I would have probably pursued that path because I wouldn't worry that others would think that I'm gay because of this life choice. I have a very artistic side of me. I like to dance, I like music, I like arts very much. I got a 99% in my grade 12 art course, and I like social media too. All of these elements of me I would shut down, all for the sake of studying and for the time that I invested in studying international relations, which sounded prestigious and made me look prestigious for the time it did. But today I'm not necessarily following that path because now I realize that it's not the path that my heart desired. What my heart wanted for me is to be happy. It's not what my brain wanted. My brain wanted for me to do things that would sound socially good, that would put me higher in some sort of social rank, but it's not necessarily what I wanted deeply inside. What I want deeply inside and what actually makes me happy is this, is to inspire people, is to follow my heart as much as possible, is to do whatever makes me happy. When I go to the club, when I'm at any place where there's music, I love to dance. Maybe if I didn't think so much about what others might think of me, I would have actually pursued my dancing career. Now I don't regret not going at it because I still dance wherever I can, but I just know that if things would have turned out differently and maybe if I was straight and I liked dancing, I would think less of what people would think of me and I would pursue it because I wouldn't fear of them thinking of me being gay. Today I know that I follow my heart 100%. I'm openly gay. I talk about it in whatever platform possible to inspire other gays and other people to accept themselves and proudly and shamelessly show themselves to the world like I like to do with myself. I have a YouTube channel that I invest a lot of time in and I like to share my creative part of me in it and to always improve and make better videos for you. I studied a course for graphic design because it's something that I had in my mind for a long time, and I'm not afraid to learn new things and start new potential career paths because I don't care anymore about what other people think of me and my career choices. All I know is that people appreciate most when they see you happy and you happy with the choices you make, and that's what inspires people, and that's what I learned about myself through this life path that I've gone through so far. So in a general sense, I know that I should be upset that I potentially wasted time with what I studied for my BA and my MA, but I know that the choices I made brought me to where I am today, and today I'm generally very happy with everything that I've achieved and the self-development that I've done in the last couple of years, and none of that would have been possible if I wasn't gay and I made the choices that I made because I was gay and the way I looked at me being gay and whatever I thought others would think of me being gay, and brought me to Tel Aviv and brought me to my husband and brought me to the life that I live today. And this leads me to my last point of how being gay affected my personality and my life decisions, and generally how I was able to make such big life decisions so early on in my life. And it's that being gay ended up helping me dealing with stress in a much better way from a much younger age than the typical straight teenager. Because as opposed to the typical straight teenager whose life and in society was pretty much established by, finishing high school, going to college or university, marrying a girl, traveling with her, and marrying her and building a house with her and having babies, which is what my brother did. And I'm not saying this as a negative or positive life path. I'm just saying that this is the average life path for the average straight guy in Canada or generally the Western world. For me as a gay person, as a gay teenager, I had to deal with a lot of complexities with my sexuality, accepting myself, accepting my sexuality, coming in terms with it in a society that even though it's very liberal, it still preferred straights over gays, and in a family that even though it was also very liberal, the gay topic was always a taboo and something that wasn't really talked about, so I never knew how they would accept me. So my whole coming out process ended up making me a strong person emotionally and mentally in a very young age, that with this strength I was able to come out with pride and with confidence. I was able to deal with my parents when they didn't accept me in the beginning or accept my sexuality in the beginning. They loved me always. And also being brave and connected to myself enough to attract the right kind of guy to me and being open for a relationship and then marrying that guy and being confident that I can handle a marriage and then being confident that I will be able to handle children in the future. All this confidence that I have in myself comes from the fact that I was gay and I had to deal with stress from very early on, and I was courageous enough to make big life decisions after it. And every person has their own paths, and I'm not saying that what I am is every single gay guy out there. That's just me and the way I chose to happen to go with life. And my main point with this whole story and why I'm even making this video is because I want you to be happy with every part of your identity and don't regret any of the choices that you made, because all the choices you made and all of the mistakes you made brought you to wherever you are today, and those were the life paths that you had to go through to become the version that you are today. And if you are unhappy with the version you are today, then know that you still have a path to go to, and one day you will be happy. And as much as you listen to your instincts and to your heart, the sooner you'll be happy with what you are and the life choices that you made. At least that's what I've discovered about myself. Before we say our goodbyes, please like this video, comment whatever your thoughts are in the comments below, share with me a story where you made a life decision you weren't happy with, or how did your sexuality affect your life decisions, and please subscribe to my channel. It's right here. It keeps me connected with you, and you can see more of my content on a weekly basis. I will see you next week, as in every Wednesday. Bye!